Hey, you guys, I have a tip for my autistic folks out there. I'm talking to those of you who are men, women who are autistic. I actually had this conversation with my own autistic daughter this week. If you are in any kind of relationship, whether it's your romantic relationship or relationships with your children, your friends, your own parents, your siblings, some of you may really struggle to remember to reach out and connect, especially if you don't see that person very often. You may be in a long distance relationship, or maybe if you travel and you don't see your partner while you're traveling. I hear from my autistic folks that it doesn't occur to you to text or call. Even if you receive a text, you don't really realize that they're expecting you to respond, or you just don't even see the point in responding. You get their text, you read it, you don't really know that they think that you're supposed to reply. You don't see the point. And then they get upset and you don't understand why. So here's my tip for you. In any kind of relationship, there is a back and forth. I like to use the analogy of a tennis volley. And so you're just out there hitting the ball back and forth to each other. You're just volleying. When someone hits the ball to you, the expectation is that it's going to be hit back. And a lot of times, my autistic folks like you watch the ball go by, but you don't hit it back. Your romantic partner or your friend is expecting you to hit that ball back. Even if you don't see that it's important, if you think, well, I saw the ball, I saw the text, I got the phone call, I got the message, I read it, I know what it said, even if you don't see the point in responding. Being in a relationship with someone means that you are willing to make the effort to respond, that you're willing to invest the effort to actually respond and reply. A relationship is about two people. It's a two-way exchange versus a one-way exchange. A one-way exchange involves one person receiving from another, but a relationship is about two-way. It's back and forth, just like a tennis volley. So remember that in your relationships, if you receive a volley, if someone hits a ball to you, texts you, calls you, emails you, starts a conversation, says something to you. I know in my autism relationships, sometimes I will say something and the person I'm speaking to may hear me, but not acknowledge. And I'll say, "Did you hear me?" They may say, "Yeah, I didn't know they heard me." I'm hitting the ball and expecting at least, "Okay, I heard you. I got it." That's that back and forth. Same analogy works just in our involvement with that person. A person is going to engage with you, spend time with you, do things with you, do things for you because they're choosing to do things even when it's not their own preference. That's what we do when we care about somebody and we love somebody. We actually sometimes do things even when it's not our own preference, and maybe we're bored or we're uncomfortable. It's what we do when we care about somebody. Now, that doesn't mean we're putting ourselves beneath someone else, but that's part of the back and forth in a relationship. You want to pay attention to whether or not your relationship is becoming more one way, or is your partner doing more for you? Is your partner doing things that you like? Is your partner catering to your preferences more than you are catering to theirs, or doing things that maybe you don't really care about or you're uncomfortable with, but it's important to them? This is something that you can just remember. This back and forth is really important in those relationships, whether it's friendships, romantic partnerships, all of them.